Morning. Just out here again working. So I went out today because I had to get some coffee creamer and some few things for dinner. And so I went out and went to the local stores, and I'm just kind of looking around at the store, and I'm noticing that all of the Lysol spray shelves are empty. All of the bleach empty. All of the toilet paper empty. There are a lot of the shelves were empty, and that kind of makes you think: are preppers really as crazy as some people make them out to be? A lot of people out there right now are fear buying, and they heard this whole virus thing was coming around, and they go, "Oh my gosh, we have to go get everything right now." And so they rush off to the stores. And I've talked to a few people that said they went to Walmart or Costco or the grocery stores, and they said that the lines were just horrendous. The shelves were empty. Everybody, the lines were 100 people long. Everything was just going crazy. And I started thinking, well, why is everybody doing it right now? The way I've always thought is, if you get everything that you would need and you put it to the side ahead of time, then you don't have to deal with any of that. There's this thing going around, the coronavirus. It's everywhere. Everybody's dying from it. Everybody's getting it. It's not too bad in the area that I am right now. And everybody's thinking, because that virus is here that can transfer from person to person, and you don't know if you have it or not until you start showing symptoms, we have to go get everything now. Well, then you're going to a grocery store or some store somewhere that is just packed with everybody trying to go in, get everything they need all at once. You're dealing with all of the rush that everybody's in, people's attitudes, and you're now putting yourself in a closed position surrounded by tons of people to try to get everything that you need to avoid the very thing that supposedly, according to the news, everybody's getting. But if you've got everything together that you needed beforehand, you don't have to deal with any of that. So hopefully this will be a wake-up call for all of the people out there that don't pre-plan and get everything together ahead of time. Because it's a lot easier to go to the grocery store, just your normal weekly trip to the grocery store. You get everything that you would normally need, and then you throw an extra 2 or 3 cans of soup into the cart, and a bag of rice. Then once you get home, you have a designated spot that you take those specific items and you put them off to the side. If you do that every week, it only costs you a few bucks, so it's not costing you a bunch of money. And over time, that pile will kind of grow, and it gives you peace of mind, because when everybody's running out and buying up all the toilet paper, buying up all these cleaning supplies, buying up all this stuff to try to get ready for the possibility of not being able to go out, if your job shuts down because of the issues with, there's a possibility that our people could get it. Everything that you need is already at your house where you are. So hopefully this will be a little bit of a wake-up call to people, that they'll start saying, you know what, we went through that and we went to the store and we couldn't find anything. People were being rude. The lines were long, and I put myself in this huge crowd of people. So I what's the word? I exposed myself to being able to get this thing that's going around, possibly. Hopefully they'll take that and they'll go, you know what, let's start getting stuff ready beforehand, because I've got everything that I need right at my house already, because I've already gone through, what if this happened? What if that happened? And it doesn't have to be anything big. I originally started getting stuff together for the winter, just thinking, what if a snowstorm came along and I can't drive my truck up the street to get to the grocery store? I need to have stuff in my house that I need. That way, if I can't get out to go get more food, I have already got a reserve of food right here so that I don't have to leave. And that's why I originally started getting everything together. And then once you start accumulating things and getting a good amount of stuff set to the side, you can get a little bit more into it. Okay, well, we've got food. What if something happens to where the pipes freeze? Or, for something were to happen to where we don't have running water? Well, then you start getting your water stuff together for water purification, boiling water, sanitizing water, water storage, stuff like that. And you go, okay, I got that together now. Well, what if something were to happen and, I'm good, I've got my food, I've got my water. Well, what if my neighbor doesn't have food or water? Then they might come knocking at my door asking for my stuff, and if I tell them no, they're not going to be very happy with it. So, okay, well, I need to get some stuff for security set up to where, if you put a reinforcement on your doors to keep them from being able to be pushed through or anything like that. It's just, it kind of snowballs as you go along and it makes sense. But I'm hoping that with this big rush on everything, hopefully it'll be a wake-up call to where more people out there will realize the store isn't always going to be there. If the store is there and open, they may not have what I need on the shelves. And there's going to be a lot of other people going for that one thing that I'm going for. So how about I just get that in the good times? That way I have it for the bad times. So maybe take that into consideration if you are not a prepper. If you're not somebody that has stuff set to the side, I'm the only one in my family that gets stuff ready and sets it off to the side. So right now I've started texting my brothers and sisters saying, hey, do you have food set to the side? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And they go, well, I know that you're ready. And I've had people tell me before, well, hey, if something goes bad, I'm just going to come to your house. And no, you're not. Because I got everything together. I did the work. I spent the money. I did all the planning for my family. So you need to do it for yours. So if you've never thought about it before, start taking that into consideration. Once this whole thing just blows over and it's gone, take it into consideration. Take the fear factor that, of course, the news put out. Take the rush on the grocery stores, all the stuff that you thought, I should probably get this, but you couldn't find. Start taking those items when things are good and times are good, when they're available. Buy it and just set it to the side. Put it in a closet somewhere. Put it in your garage. Put it somewhere that's just kind of out of sight, out of mind, and hold on to it. That way, once times are bad, you don't have to venture out into the crowds. You don't have to go driving around trying to find something basic that you need that you can't find. So that's my 2 cents on the situation. I'm going to get back to work. Y'all be good.